All right, man. Let's talk about now the sign Reddick to the Lions rumors have heated back up once again. I don't know. I don't know how we keep getting here about a sign Reddick to the Lions, but here we go. He ain't happy. The Jets, could use him. Don't want to pay him. Between the Jets and the Bengals, you wonder why they ain't won a Super Bowl in quite some time. Don't want to pay nobody. You trade for a guy. If this doesn't show how inept or how not smart organization is. You trade for Son Reddick. He didn't want to play for the Eagles because the Eagles didn't pay him. You trade him to the Jets. You trade the Jets trade for him, trade capital, might have traded a player or two. I don't know. And you don't want to pay him, and then he don't want to play. So they thought he was bullshit. One of the best sack getters in the league. And now they get crushed by the 49ers and don't have any pass rush. So now they talking about moving them again. So NFL analyst has the Lions landing all pro edge rusher. Here's how the Lions can get for super cheap. Now, apparently Marcus Davenport, we know we couldn't depend on him. He already got a groin injury. Jasper Scale, I just don't know what happened versus him in the Rams. Did he even play? James Houston is one mistake from getting cut. So once you look at the Lions, edge help. It looked once promising. Kaminsky went down. And now what you really have is you probably need edge help. You probably need edge help just as bad as you need receiver help. We knew we couldn't count on Davenport. We knew we couldn't count on Josh Pascal. So really what it boiled down to was Aiden Hutchinson, and hopefully that James Houston will step up and give him some help. And, you go get some help, especially when Reader come back this week. Honest already Zorky going to play, or Zrike going to play some defensive end. But at this point, looking at it, obviously a lot of people say we need to go get a receiver. But looking at it from this point of view, you probably could use him now. Would he, how long would it take for him to be in playing shape? I mean, really, honestly, as far as camaraderie, all you just telling him to do is go get the quarterback for right now. We'll worry about the particulars later. But it said if you've been paying attention the NFL season, then you know the drama between the Jets and Son Reddick. New York Jets and Son Reddick. The Eagles traded him there this offseason for a third round pick, and the idea being that the Jets would sign him to sign a multi Pro Bowler to an extension. That hasn't happened, and now it seems the Jets have no intention of making that happen. Reddick has decided to sit out until the Jets either pay him an extension or trade him, and it seems the latter could be the way things go. And one of the teams that would be best fit and who can afford to extend him is the 33rd teams. Dan Pizzada thinks the Lions may be one of the best landing spots. Well, here what he has to say. He said, "quote Putting Reddick with Hutchinson would open up more one-on-one pass rush opportunities for both, giving the Lions legitimate threat on every down. It would also help develop other edge rushers on the roster. The depth behind Hutchinson is still questionable, and we just said that because this is a lack of durability behind him." Now, at the same time, looking at it, I mean, they could have traded for Matt Judon, who is coming off injury, by the way, and you didn't have to pay Judon. So if they didn't trade for Judon, then you know what I'm saying. Why would they trade for Haason Reddick and pay him? Now Haason Reddick is coming off a hot season. The bad part about it is, he ain't trying to play it all off season, been in training camp or nothing. So you're gonna need about a month and a half for him to kind of get in some rhythm. Hopefully he don't come back injured. So, but really you getting a guy like that for the stretch run. You're getting a guy like that for the stretch run. So you really just need him going, getting out of November, going into December and January to be real. So I definitely understand that. Uh so so to me, yeah, I agree with him. It makes a lot of sense. Um, you know, it makes a lot of sense. You know, so you know, so so it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. But yeah, I would kind of agree with this. So the Lions have $42 million cap space after all the big extensions, lowered the cap hits for their best players. This could allow the Lions to front load I think Reddick's extension, limiting future exposure for the 30-year-old pass rusher. That's other contracts on the books. It's not a bad idea, and it's not. But it says that here's the good part: the Jets screwed this all up. They're likely to get anything near what they traded away to get Reddick. According to multiple league executives, they're not sure they have a choice. And the NFC executive said they wouldn't get similar value back a third, but it would be hard for the Jets to pay him at this point. He's clearly doesn't want to be there. Both sides badly mismanaged this situation, and the dispute has reinforced the harsh reality in trading for a star player in his contract years. Teams would be nervous to make a trade for such a player they don't want to pay. Separate, separate NFC exec said. That was my first thought was when Atlanta traded for Matthew Judon, but it looks like he's comfortable playing it out. So I guess it's different. But if you make a move, you have to be prepared to do the deal in most cases. And yeah, you're gonna have to pay him. You know, you know, you know, you know. But so that is what it is, man. But I mean, shit, if they do it, they do it. The Lions need to take a chance. They don't never take these type of chances, and if you can get him for a fifth and a sixth, and you can come to a extension for him for 3 years, front loaded 2 years, and tell him, get him to come in and play, then that's what you do. You worry about the bullshit. Later you trying to win a championship, but the Detroit teams, that was supposed to be kind of surprised they went and got Sheed back in the day because Tayshaun Prince just did he just did an interview with the Knucklehead podcast, Darius Miles and Quinn Richardson. They talked about the Sheed trade. The Pistons usually don't go out there and make splash. I mean, the Detroit don't usually go out there and make splashes. They real reserve, and that's why Lions ain't made no Super Bowl. Go out there and make that splash. Make that splash signing. That's what I say. Go out there and make that splash signing. That'll be my opinion. Go out there and make that splash signing. Go out there and get a Reddick. You know, him and Hutch would be then dangerous. You might not get that opportunity to do that again. So, but that's just not been the Lions' MO over the course of time. That's just not been who they are. So, yep, it's unfortunate, but 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 yeah, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I mean, just Spotify and Anchor. I'm sorry, but hey, I do appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Um, want to donate? Just share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out my main channel, Goodfella TV. So that link's in the link tree in the description. Peace.